Today, we are breaking down Hot Standby Router Protocol, or HSRP, configuration and verification, a key topic for your CCNA exam. The foundational command you must know is Standby Group IP VIP, where VIP is the virtual IP address shared between routers, acting as the default gateway for clients. Both routers in the same HSRP group must be configured with the same group number and virtual IP address to establish redundancy. The next crucial step is determining which router becomes the active forwarder. This is controlled by the Standby Priority command. The router with the highest priority value, from 0 to 255, wins the election. The default priority is 100. If priorities are equal, the router with the highest configured IP address on its HSRP interface becomes the active router. For the exam, expect a question where you are given two routers with different priorities and asked to identify the active one. Now, let's discuss a major exam trap: preemption. By default, HSRP preemption is disabled. This means if the active router fails and the standby router takes over, the original router will not reclaim the active role when it comes back online, even if it has a higher priority. To force the router with the higher priority to always be the active one, you must configure the Standby Preempt command. The exam will test this by describing a failover scenario and asking what happens when the primary router recovers. Without preemption, the standby router remains active. To handle more intelligent failovers, we use the Standby Track command. This allows HSRP to monitor an interface other than its own local one. For example, you can track the WAN or uplink interface. If that tracked interface goes down, the router's HSRP priority is automatically decremented by a configured amount with a default of 10. This priority reduction can trigger a failover to the standby router, which now has a higher priority. This prevents a situation where the default gateway is up, but its connection to the rest of the network is down. To verify your configuration, the most important command is show standby brief. This gives you a concise summary showing the HSRP group, the configured priority, the current state such as active or standby, the IP address of the active router, and the virtual IP. You might be shown output from this command on the exam and asked to diagnose the HSRP status. Remember that HSRP routers communicate using hello packets sent to the multicast address 224.0.0.2 for HSRP version 1. For a mental shortcut to remember the key configuration commands in order, think I prefer purple t-shirts. This stands for IP, standby IP, priority, standby priority, preempt, standby preempt, and track, standby track. This sequence covers the essential steps for a robust HSRP setup. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.